She was an imposter. Oh my god. I was pregnant. I was so happy that I was high risk. You might have preeclampsia. The medication was just not for me. My blood pressure was terrible. The doctor guy is sticking his 2 fingers. Now taking this video of our child. I was told I can't have my baby. I remember her saying was this way. Calling her off. She had a file with her. I'm only smiling and laughing now. It was as though we knew what our own encounter was going to look like. There's not much to fight legally that would have paid millions of friends for an accident. I don't want those things. I want my child. You guys must give me my child. They kept on threatening me. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, this is Johnny Pearson. And if you have been on this channel, you know we are very quite new. I'm just looking forward to growing my channel. Yeah, sharing lots and lots of stories, sharing lots of vlogs, sharing lots of vibes, you know. By the way, enough of the introduction. Let's get to the story. This story I'm going to share is quite sad, but it's very educating. More than anything, it's informing, and it's for new mommies. Actually, it's for people who are pregnant, who are going to give birth, and first-time moms. It's for just, you will hear everything within the story. I just gave birth to a very beautiful baby girl. Her name is Primi. I got pregnant in October last year. I just met this guy, you know, quickly in our relationship. I think 2 or 3 months down our relationship, eventually I felt pregnant. Fast forward to when I was 8 months pregnant. Before we fast forward to the 8 months pregnant, because this information I'm going to share is very important, I used to go to a private for private antenatal consultations with a private midwife. Why, I don't know. I just picked that one. I just wanted to have like a very, well, I won't have to cure, you know, just like something very convenient. With my visits for all my antenatal checkups, the lady that was helping me suggested to me that I was high risk. So because of my weight, because of like not just my weight, my BMI, I'm short and I weigh quite a lot. But every time she was checking me, she used to say, I'm okay, the baby's okay, you know. But there was a really serious suggestion she made. She suggested this hospital that I cannot name, obviously, that I need to go give birth there. And it wasn't about money, or like, it wasn't for me, it wasn't, I wanted to still give birth at a private hospital, but how she was very emphatic about me being a high risk, she now suggested that very good doctors are on that particular hospital, and it's a public hospital. So I now took her advice, and she didn't really say like other doctors were not good, but she was like, I'm gonna spend quite a lot, like 100,000 plus to give birth. And in my head I was like, instead of us spending the 100,000 plus for just for me to push the baby out, I mean, that money would really come handy after I've given birth to sort out anything that we need for the baby, you know, because a baby comes with a lot of expenses. So there's a reason I'm mentioning this whole information, so you guys know how I really ended up in that hospital. Sometime, you know, when I was really heavily pregnant, she told me I needed to go and open a file at the public hospital. the reason for me to open a file is that I couldn't encounter problems or like difficulties, because you know how public hospitals are. She said in any, me now I'm narrating what she said to me. She was like, in any hospital. And I was like, okay, I live in Brain. Brain is very close to Kraaifontein Hospital. I'll just, we drive there, I'll open the file. But when I went to that place, they told me they cannot open the file, that which hospital have I been referred to give birth at. And I told them, they said, okay, now you have to go and open your file with that hospital. So, okay, now what happens is we are planning also my baby shower in between all of this, and I'm 8 months pregnant at the time. The baby shower happens, I think it was on Thursday or Friday, Saturday. I think the baby shower was on Saturday, but a Friday before that Saturday, I now went to that hospital that I was supposed to give birth at. When I get there, they're shouting at me like, why have you not been coming here? You know how they are, like, why have you not been coming? I explained to them that I've been going to a private practice. I've been going to a private midwife for my antenatal. They're just shouting, you guys think you know too much. You know how they are, you know how the nurses are, right? As they gradually pack them with that vex. They pack the vex and their qualifications for them, like, be vexing wherever you're going. Wherever you work, just go and be vexing. Be shouting. Do you do the most. Then fine. They're now doing different tests, like you might have preeclampsia. And at this point I'm panicking because I go back and I read about preeclampsia. And tell you what, when we had the baby shower, like a day before that day, I just could feel like my baby is about to drop. Mind you, I'm at 8 months. I wasn't the complete time. Like my pelvic floor was very, very painful. So painful. I used to walk like a dog. So imagine I'm already chubby and then I'm walking like a dog. You see this dress? By coincidence, I'm wearing this dress. This used to be my go-to dress. So now I feel that, okay, my baby is going to drop very soon. Like, you know what, we need to act. But on the other hand, I'm like, maybe it's just what happens to every mom. Maybe I'm still gonna have to wait 4 more weeks before I give birth. Okay. That day that I went to the clinic, it was the day before the baby shower. Not to the clinic, to this hospital. And they're like to me, you need to sleep here. We need to monitor your progress. We believe you have preeclampsia. And I'm there like, guys, I had to cook up a lie, honestly. And that was wrong of me, but I really had to cook up a lie. I now told him that I will have to move out of where I live, because I knew how much you spent for the baby shower just to get everything ready. Somehow, deep inside my heart, I knew they want to keep me and force for me to give birth, push for me to give birth. So something inside of me was like, Jay, that money you guys spend is quite a lot. We went crazy on our baby shower. We spent quite a lot of money, and I didn't want like my partner to feel like, oh, you said you wanted this baby shower, now look at how much we have spent and it's going to waste. You know, we booked a place, we bought drinks, we did a lot of booked for deco, different things. It was really going to be a waste. So I put 2 and 2 together. Now it's me choosing my health, me choosing between this baby shower I've always wanted to have my whole life. And then at that point I was like, I lied to the doctor. I'm like, can I come back tomorrow? So we go home, and then tomorrow, the following day, I'm like calling the hospital, like, hello, I'm calling, this is so. I'm calling because I was told I have to come and give birth. No, I was told I have to come to the hospital because it's believed that I have preeclampsia. And I think that doctor was like, I was actually transferred to the direct doctor for high risk, but the doctor was like, okay, like he didn't have an issue. So party must go on. We had the baby shower, and then on Sunday we rested. Monday I go to the hospital with a very prepared mind that whatever they want, I'm ready to give them. Actually, I'm so tired. I just want to give birth because I was really tired. Like, it was getting to where I couldn't just even sleep on the bed because it was very uncomfortable. I used to sleep on the couch. You see the way I'm sitting? I would sleep, like I would just be watching TV, like. And what now happened is I went to the hospital and they now placed me in a ward where they were going to really monitor me. So if you ask me about how the experience was on that, about the whole giving birth in a private name public hospital, I had a very good experience until now the part is coming. They took care of me, monitored me. My blood pressure was up in the sky. I don't know why, but like everybody was just really worried. And then it comes to that point where this doctor guy is sticking his 2 fingers to check how far the baby is, and I was so uncomfortable, I was so uneasy. Oh my god, I really didn't like that experience. Like, it makes me sad every time I think about it. I just don't like it. I don't know why. Like, can't you just skip that part? It's uncomfortable. I didn't like it. There's no way you're putting 2 of your fingers inside me and I don't know you. Yes, you're a doctor, but mind you, I'm heavily pregnant at this point. So that night I slept. They are now administering a lot of blood pressure medication for me because of how my blood pressure was terrible. It was not going down. I was bad. I was really bad, like bad, because the doctor kept on shouting like, what is going on with you? Why are you not, like, everybody was really worried. So they're now also monitoring my baby's heartbeat. I want you to take note of this information because there's some way it's going to apply, right? So okay, the following day I'm still waiting to deliver. They come, and there was just this sweet lady. Oh my god, I wish I could meet that woman and just send her money, a lot of money. She was so sweet with me. Like, I don't know, one time they just put this medication on me, and you know what, I just went puking. I don't know, the medication was just not for me, but they were trying to, you know, calm my blood pressure. That lady was just like, no. She removed me from the bed by herself, and I think at this point they had put the catheter on me already. I'm not sure, yeah. And she was just helping me, you know, she cleaned up everywhere. And okay, eventually at one point I go to the theater to give birth. Guys, stay away from me. Yeah, they are bored. I wish somebody wants me. They are bored. So okay, fine, I go into the theater. What they do, the other doctors like to me, we're going to administer spinal, we're going to administer a epidural for you. And I'm just there like, can you just, in my head I'm like, can you just get this baby out? Even when they're talking and explaining everything for you, you don't care, because what's in your mind is like, can you just get the baby out, please? Just get my baby out. Because another thing is, mentally now you're drained, your body too is like screaming for help. So at this point in time, the doctor is trying to administer all these things. He's taking long, he's annoying me, he's just telling me, you're doing fine, sweetheart, you're doing fine. And remember, I said I had the best experience. The experience is still top tier. There's this, I think those ones are intense. They are just beside you. They're like trying to create a gist with you to distract you. So eventually the doctor got I think, was it the spinal first and then the epidural, but eventually I went numb. Like, I couldn't move my legs, anything, so they have to carry me, and they took the baby out. Now, I want you to be very attentive from this point. They took the baby out, and they're like, so in this point, your mind is somewhere. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like people who have given birth know better. My mind is somewhere. They pop my baby on the side, so the bed is quite very, very small. It's like this. Even like your arms can't stretch to the sides of the bed. It's just, I think that bed just accommodates your body, right? So they just popped the baby on my side, like, here is your baby. Trust me, I wanted to have that skin to skin experience. They didn't give me. They just popped the baby like 2 minutes. Congratulations, you have a baby girl, here's your baby. Okay, just see here. I think another thing is I was now getting very familiar with my baby's face, because we used to do a lot of scan appointments anytime we feel like we want to go see her, because she was full of action. My daughter is so clever. She was doing a lot of things when I was pregnant, which I'll share with you guys later, with some scans, some proof of things she was doing that was so wonderful. And at this point, I give birth, and then they take me back to the bed. I'm going through not pain, because I don't really feel anything until like the following day, when all the medication starts to wear off, although they will keep on giving you more and more. So that day they didn't even let me get into the theater with my phone. They told me like everything of yours is packed somewhere. So I messaged my partner, like, the baby is here. Even he was shocked. He was very scared, but he was shocked that he was scared when I was going to give birth, when he heard that I might give birth, because I kept on updating him. I kept on updating my dad, who was very excited to be a grandfather for the first time. And that very same day, he came to the hospital. Like, what do you mean you've given birth? At the time when I was about to give birth, they didn't let him come, something like that. But there was just something that it wasn't from his side. It was just he was not allowed to come, something like that. I don't remember what was it, but it wasn't from his side really. So he comes, he sees the baby, he takes baby videos, you know, he's communicating with baby, and he shares what he tells me is the first time he got to that ward where the babies were kept, he knew like this one is mine, because of how much Primi looks like him. He just knew, like, with all these kids, this one, before they even brought out that baby tech to compare with files, you know, and tell him like this is your child. So he takes the baby videos, and then he comes to the ward where I was, because I was now transferred to the aftercare, all those other places. So he comes to the ward where I was. He shows me the baby. Now this is me now seeing my baby in detail for the first time, because remember that time I did not see the baby like that. Like, it was a pop-in, here's your baby on the side, like, you know, I'm lying down, they like pop it from, here's your baby, and then that's it. So he has now taken this video of our child, right? So now I have an idea of how exactly our baby looks like. And I think by the grace of God, he shared some information with me, where the baby was, you know, all those kind of information, which if he did not, I kid you not, I would have fallen for this part of the story that you've been waiting to hear. So okay, he leaves. The following day, I'm just in a recovery room. Everybody has their baby. Not everybody really. The lady that was next to me, I think she had a baby. Yes, because she was not a high risk. And there was another lady. We were just 3 in a ward. So I can't have my baby. I was told I can't have my baby because they need to take care of me. Just gave birth. I was a high risk, you know, those things. They will tell you straight up, like, once you give you a baby, we cannot be taking care of you. You take care of the baby and you take care of yourself. I don't know why they're giving me that type of an ultimatum, but That was it. So I complied the first day. I was like, okay, you guys take care of him at least, because that really I was like very vulnerable at that point. So now it comes to where this lady comes to me and she's smiling and she's holding a file and she's like, hi, how are you? You know, she's just trying to chit chat me. I reply, I'm not being rude, you know. And she has this very chitty chatty conversation with me. And I remember her saying these words, but she was not saying them. I may not say them exactly as how she said them, but she said something in this line of words. My condolences. It's not easy to have this kind of a loss. You know, something like that. Something that left me like, in what are you talking about? But then now remember, I told you guys then that I had preeclampsia. So I'm thinking, at the time when they were administering me all of that high blood pressure medication, trying to stabilize my body before birth, because I really had to wait for some time. The doctor had to wait and monitor. I'm thinking, something went wrong, or the time I just gave birth to my baby, something happened to her. But then again, I'm like, calling her off. Now she's still trying to have this chitty conversation with me, and all I can tell you is she looked like she works for the hospital for sure. So even she had a file with her. She was just casually walking, like, I work here. So I wouldn't know if it's the hospital. I wouldn't know if she was an imposter. I wouldn't know if she was somebody random that just decided to pull that stunt on me, or, you know. And I'm like, sorry for loss. What do you mean? She's like, are you not oh my god. What I say? Now she says, are you not Miss? She says my surname. I'm like, I am. And she says, you are. She says my first name and my surname. I'm like, I am. She's like, yes, your daughter has passed. Guys, I was confused, so confused. Like, my daughter passed her way. I saw my daughter in the theater. My daughter was fine. And besides just my daughter having distress because of the high blood medication they administered me before I gave birth, my daughter has been fine throughout my pregnancy. There's never been anything detected that she was not okay. And you know, like, it wasn't making sense to me at that point. Like, what is she saying? What are you saying? And you know what she says? I'm only smiling and laughing now because the story could have been just another thing. She says, yes, your baby is in ward 3. In fact, she says, yes, your baby was in ward 3. Unfortunately, she has passed. Like, how do you know I gave birth to a girl? Just tell me. How do you know I gave birth to a girl? And no, my baby's not in ward 3. Now we're arguing. I'm not really even asking her, how does she know that I gave birth to a girl? This is like a rhetorical question to myself right now. So I'm like, my baby is not in ward 3. Remember, her dad came to see her after I gave birth. so we know which ward she is in. She argues with me and she's like, no, your baby is in ward 3, your baby has passed. You know, here's something about me. I can be so calm and eventually just be so crazy, and you will not even see it coming. At this point, I'm like, are you okay? I was so wrong. I'm like, are you okay? Why are you arguing with me? Now I'm bringing that, I'm channeling that ghetto gangster from wherever she was hiding. I'm like, are you okay? What are you saying? Then I pull out my phone. I'm like, this is my daughter. My daughter is not in the room. It is that evidence that I showed this woman that made her walk away. And I didn't even get a very pure short, I am sorry. Oh, that was a mistake from this person that supposedly worked for that hospital, who came to me in that very vulnerable moment of my life and lied like that. Or she all of her game, just like her own game scattered right in front of her. And what if somebody asked me what was going through your mind at that time, or what do you think this was, I'll tell you this. I've always watched, I'm somebody that is very much about documentaries. I love TV, I love YouTube. I'm always watching videos on YouTube, you know. That is why I'm able to now have my own YouTube channel, because I'm like, I'm always watching everybody on YouTube. Why can't I make content that people will watch, that is about me, that is about my life, that is about my love life, that is about, you know, all these things, motherhood. I just gave birth, you know. Let me share with other people what I know. So if you ask me at this point what was in my head or what I think that was, I'll tell you this. That woman came to lie to me. And if I ever accepted this news that she came with to me, my baby would have been stolen and be given to somebody else. And I would go home with the body of a different baby. Or even, I don't even know if they let you take the body or whatever. But what I know was trying to happen there, because there is no way you have my name exactly as it is and my surname exactly as it is, and you come and lie to my face that my baby has passed. And like, there is no way, guys. It was not a mistake. She knew exactly what she was doing. That was not a mistake. But she didn't expect to get that fire out of me, and she didn't expect to get that evidence from me. And tell you what, I'm a foreigner, so she might have gone through my file, and so she's a foreigner, there's not much to fight legally. And unlike somebody who is from here, or she just took an advantage of, maybe she just liked my baby because she's so beautiful. She's very, very beautiful. Like, guys, I could show you my baby. She's such a cutie. Oh my god. Wait. Should I not? She's so cute. And for me, it's just like, there's a story I watched. In fact, the story that inspired this Netflix series, Blood and Water. You know what happened to that story? It was a very hectic story there. It's an exchange that happens in hospitals where they take people's babies and give them to other people. That's why we have so many high numbers of DNAs not connecting, because you as a mother, you're not doing a DNA test. It's the father that is doing a DNA test. You guys might be raising somebody that is not even your child in the first place. Look at my baby. Oh, she's an action queen. I don't know, guys, my phone is too bright. She's a very beautiful girl. She's so cute. She's so she's so you just want to kiss her. She came to trick me, and if I had accepted those news, she was going to go to the exact where my baby was and take my baby and give my baby to somebody else that would have paid her probably millions of rands for that baby. And I would go home so sad that, God, why would you give me this baby that I've prayed to have all these years for only for you to take her away? We would be so broken. And the funny thing is, at some time during my pregnancy, we had that conversation where he was like, you have to be very vigilant. Since you're going to give birth in a public hospital, you've got to be very vigilant. They take babies, they steal babies, they exchange babies. It was as though we knew what was coming. It was as though we knew what our own encounters would look like. And if I tell you today that hospital is the best hospital, but I still don't get how one of their workers could come and announce or give condolences to the wrong person. Was it an accident? I don't think so. I don't believe so. I believe she planned it, and it was only when I channeled that mad woman out of me, she got scared and she knew like she's lost. Because I don't play chess, honey, I play checkers. So if you're a new mom, if you're going to give birth in a public hospital, fight. That first day they will tell you you can't have your baby because they're taking care of you. Listen, that they are planning behind you on how they're going to give your baby to somebody else. Fight. Tell the do you know what? After that day, after my encounter with this woman, she was not even a woman. She was a girl. Like, I think she's a colored lady who could be like let's say 32 highest. She was not really that old. And I still have this image of her walking that walk of shame. Her job in that hospital is to swap babies. Because I don't know how you have my file. You come to me, you tell me your condolences. It's not easy to lose a baby. Did I tell you I've lost a baby before? This is my first baby. So what are you talking about? Huh? You're arguing with me on which one my baby is. Let me tell you, after that day, after that encounter that I had with this woman, I now became the problem in that hospital, because I kept on telling them, you guys, I just want my baby. You are bringing food, you are bringing all this everything. I don't want those things. I want my child. You guys must give me my child. And you saw that this sister's she's not angry. I kept on asking for my baby, and they kept on threatening me, like, if we bring that baby here, we won't be helping you, we won't be taking care of you, because you just gave birth to section. We need to nurse you, we need to do this and da. I said, please, if it takes me to be taking care of myself and the baby, I want that, please. This is what I'm trying to subscribe for. Give me that one. It is the one I want. Eventually they gave me my baby, and I held on so tight to my baby from that day. My night shift, they used to call it night shift because, oh my god, my baby used to cry a lot, guys. Yo, hey, that girl, she used to cry a lot. Immediately when it's night, nobody sleeps because my baby is going to cry. Like, the nurses used to call her night shift. They wanted to steal night shift. My very first pumpkin, like my so brilliant baby. My baby is so brilliant. Like I can't wait to show the world what a unique baby she is. She's so brilliant. She's funny. She does a lot of things that I always ask myself, like, oh my god, you have been here before. So my advice is to people who are pregnant, expecting, and you probably don't have a way out to pay for or even if you have a way out, because I had a way out to pay for a private doctor. I just followed what my midwife recommended at that point, and because of her reasons, you understand, that she felt were fit for me. If you're a new mom, you're going to give birth, please be so vigilant. Know exactly what your baby is. As a matter of fact, ask for your baby. That day one when they're telling you, listen, that I feel, yes, it's so painful. By the time everything wears out, the medication wears out, that C-section sky is terribly painful. So painful that you just, all you want, you can't even walk. You can't even, it's so hard to do everything and anything. But fight to have your baby. Fight to have your partner take pictures of your baby, and have your partner have information as to where exactly your baby is, and just be vigilant. Because if we did not have evidence, if I didn't have that evidence that here is my baby, she's okay, her father saw her today, because yeah, I think it was that same day, I had proof to tell her that my baby is okay. I know for sure she's okay. And no, she's not in this what you're telling me she's in. She's not. If I didn't have that information, she could have won. She could have absconded with my baby. I could have been so sad. So my battery is low now. Might go off any time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here.